Joining me in this week's interview in Motorsports Magazine, a driver in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade Division who picked up his second win last week. He's from Swan, Vermont. This is Kevin Booten. Kevin, you find yourself right in the thick of things. Points-wise, it looked like Nick Haywood and Lonnie Rivers were really going to gain some separation between other drivers that are in the field, but you're sitting inside 10 points away from that top position, and I think consistency's really been the key for you.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good year. We've had our ups and downs like every race team does. Double points night definitely helped us out. We ended up, I believe, second that night, which gave us a good finish. So that helped us out a lot in the point standing wise. We're taking it week by week. We definitely are here to have fun. We decided to come back to Airborne with the improvements that have been made and built a new car this season. We're having a great time here. We need to thank everybody that's been involved with my crew and stuff. I couldn't do it without them, but yeah, it's turning out to be an exciting battle for the rest of the year. I try not to wrap myself up in it too much, that way there I can just have fun, and that's my goal for this year, just to really have a good time and see how it shakes out for the end of the year.
You did a few years Tiger racing, sportsman racing, most of it at Thunder Road. Why was it the right time to get back into the Renegades for you?
Well, I currently live in Swanton, and I have a young daughter that I want to spend more time with. Thursday nights was great. I had a good time racing for Tom, but it's a long drive for me from Swanton and getting up to go to work the next day. So coming back to Airborne was the most logical thing for me to do. I really like the Renegade division. I spent quite a few years in it prior to the Sportsman division, and the level of fun seems to be higher. I like the group of guys a lot that race in the Renegade division. They're real respectable. They give you a lot of room out there, and it brings a level of fun up for me significantly, being there's not so much money tied up in it like my Tiger car was.
Now, while you were racing in the Sportsman and the Tiger cars, did you come back to Airborne and realize or see what was going on with the Renegade division? As I think of the Renegades, the word that always pops up is parity within the division. It's always so close, and I mean, I think the top 10 cars are all within 100 points of the top point man. That's Lonnie Rivers as we speak. But did you come back to the track? Did you check it out from a fan standpoint when you had your Tiger?
I spent a lot of Saturdays here in the stands, and but I did bring my Tiger car back here, and I tried it quite a few times, and I did have a good time racing here. But my sponsors were really supporting me to run over in Vermont, and so that's where I decided to stick it out. But yeah, I missed it. Once I saw these guys running and the division was growing, their car counts were back up, it definitely was the place I wanted to be at that time.
And there's a lot of guys from the northern tier of Vermont that are racing in the division as well. The Raptoys are close by, a bunch of guys from the Swanton, Milton, that area of northern Vermont who are within the division. And you've got 2 wins under your belt, and really you picked one up early right off the bat. Did you expect to have that type of success so early on? You won in week number 2.
I wanted to. I definitely didn't expect it right out of the gate. You never know with a new car. It takes quite a while to shake down all the problems that you could have with a new car, but luckily we did our homework throughout the winter so we don't have to work on the car at the track, and that seemed to have paid off for us this year. You know, we've been doing it for quite a few years now, so we're starting to learn what to do and what not to do on a weekly basis. So,
what's the background on the car? Is it one that you and your crew put together over the winter?
Yeah, I built this car this winter. We picked it up last summer. I let it sit till about October, and we started from the frame up, did a frame up job, and yeah, it's all brand new. I sold my Tiger car to Jim Bushy and took the proceeds from that forward onto the new car, and it definitely has paid off to have a brand new car.
So the car that you're driving right now, does it have any history before on the racetrack, or was it brand new from scratch?
No, it was brand new from scratch. It was a street car that a gentleman was driving on a weekly basis that I've been after for quite some time, so I finally got my hands on it.
Well, you're off to I shouldn't say off the season. We're 2/3 of the way through now, and you certainly have put together a very consistent 2009, and down the stretch here, you think a track championship is a goal for you, or is it, if it happens, it happens?
Yeah, it's a definite goal. Like I said, I'm not going to wrap myself around it and lose the fun in racing, but I definitely would love to have a track champion under my belt. I lost it merely by a few points back when I raced the Renegades before, and it was my choice, but to reopen the points that year, and I was currently in the lead, and now I don't regret that decision at all. I believe that was the best thing to do at the time, considering the circumstances. So I could have had my win back then, but it wasn't the sportsman thing to do. I really wanted to race for my win. I didn't want it to be handed to me.
Well, you'll have to work down the stretch here because you've got a lot of close competition that's right behind you. You've got 2 fast guys in Lonnie Rivers and Nick Haywood, although Nick, of course, had a bad wreck a couple of weeks back that are right in front of you. And down the stretch, it should be very exciting in your division.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how it shakes out at the end of the year. I'm really having a good time, so I'm just going to keep it fun for now, and we'll see. A few more races, I might start to actually think about where I am in points.
Well, congratulations on the success you've had so far and continued success down the stretch.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, that's Kevin Booten. He's number 25 in the Renegade division. Stay tuned, more Motorsports Magazine is coming up. Tim and Durgan. Ooh, this was a bad mix earlier in the year. These two machines got together early in a feature event earlier this season. Green flag. Brian Trim with a good jump down the front stretch into turn number 1. Look at Leon Gagno roll on the outside in the number 4 modified. Durgan in the 17, running in the second position, right behind Brian Trim. Here comes Gagno in the 4, working on the outside, charging to third, and he's got it. Brian Trim leads him. Jason Durgan runs second. Leon Gagno running third. Look at Richard Tesseur moving the outside. In the number 49 machine, he is up to the 4th spot. 5th is Mike Riel in the 02. Running in the 6th position is Gardner Stone in the X1. Out front it is the 59 of Brian Trim. Jason Durgan running in that 2nd spot, trying to chase Trim down. Got a good run off turn number 2. Dives down to the inside in the 3rd turn. Trim holding on to that spot for now. Durgan is content to run in line and follow him along the front stretch. Leon Gagno running in the 3rd spot with the number 4 modified. Then it is Tesseur from Chateauguay, Quebec in the number 49 machine running in 4th. Durgan looked to the outside down the backstretch into turn number 3. Durgan had the field covered. Oh, he gets into the back of Trim. Trim goes around. They get together coming off turn number 4. That's going to bring out a yellow flag as everybody scrambles coming off turn number 4. All right, so misfortune for some, good luck for others. Leon Gagno is one guy who made a great move to avoid that mishap as they run wheel to wheel into turn number 1. Mike Riel on the outside, Leon Gagno down on the inside. Gagno has the lead off turn number 2 down the backstretch. They're still even wheel to wheel. Mike Riel had a great drive last week in the feature event on board that Plattsburgh Radiator 02, one of his best runs of the season, as he runs right behind Leon Gagno in the 4. Gagno is the leader. As we said, Gagno made an excellent move to avoid that mishap between Durgan and Trim off turn number 4 earlier in the qualifier, and now he is out front and halfway home. Pulling away from Mike Riel, it is now a 4-car length advantage for Leon Gagno in the number 4. Riel runs second. Kevin Federley is running third in the 57C. In the 4th spot, it is Colleen Salisbury in the 13. Trying to get back to the top 4 is Brian Trim, who right now is 6th in the LTS Homes number 59. Gardner Stone in the X1 had the 5th spot. He's going to hang on to it as he gets a good run off the top of turn number 2, hanging on to the 5th position, trying to get past Colleen Salisbury so that he could have a starting spot inside the top 12. Leon Gagno is running away out front. Gagno's got a near backstretch lead over Mike Riel in the 02. Kevin Federley had started to chase down Mike Riel, but he just had a tough time over in turn number 2 and lost ground to Riel in that 3rd position. 2 laps to go for Leon Gagno. Now some mishaps that have occurred in this 3rd qualifier, and it has really led to a ho-hum event from that point on, as Leon Gagno is in total control of this one, and he is leading by a front stretch. White flag is out for Gagno. Mike Riel, who was running strong at the last restart, has slowed his pace in the 02. He is 2nd. Kevin Federley is 3rd. Gardner Stone has moved to 4th as the checkered flag is out, and it is going to be Leon Gagno in the 4.
Good news for you Toby Ebersol fans. He won heat number 3 down at Canaan. Green is out. Liberty on the inside. Bordeaux on the inside. I got more results to give you. I'm giving it away. She leads them up the backstretch as the 2 of Baker moves right alongside. Duravage, 88 on the move. 1 car moving up the middle. That's the Lavarnway 13. The rest of the top 3 from that 3rd heat for the sportsman down at Canaan. Jason Bonnet's 79 finished 2nd, and Skip Liberty's 59 finished 3rd. So 3 Airborne regulars finished 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd heat down at Canaan. Up front, we've got a good 3-car battle going on for the top spot. Here comes the green slime on the inside. Laporte on the outside. Lavarnway in the 13. He's quickest to the front. Josh Lavarnway is your leader. Josh Laporte's 45 now, 2nd. Bordeaux runs 3rd. Whitney is 4th. Duravage is 5th. Outside the 31, Joe Jeanette. He's running in the 6th spot. Mike Whalen the 7th of the 11. They are halfway. Josh Laporte on the inside gets the lead in the 45. Josh Lavarnway coming right back on the outside. They've opened up 7 or 8 car lengths on the third place car of Wade Whitney. They'll come off turn 4. Weasel's got out the popsicle sticks. 2 to go. They continue to run side by side for the top spot. Josh Laporte's 45 and Josh Lavarnway's 13. Laporte gets the edge in the corners. Lavarnway's got the power down the front stretch. White flag is out. Laporte by half a bumper at the stripe that time. It's still the 45 and the 13 running together as they have for the past 3 laps. They are side by side into turn number 3. Laporte now with a half a car length advantage. Lavarnway trying to come back on the outside. Won't get it done. Josh Laporte, your winner. Josh Lavarnway finishes second. Wade Whitney brings the 24 home in the 3rd spot, followed by the 88 of Josh Durvage and the 31 of Joe Jeanette, and the 11 of Mike Whalen gets the 6th spot.
8 cars ready to run. Qualifier number 3 for the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegades. 3rd and final qualifier for the Renegades tonight. Keith Pelkey took qualifier number 1. Jason Sawyer took qualifier number 2. Who will take qualifier number 3 as they are under green and running side by side over in turn number 2. Good run for Kenny Davies on the top of the racetrack. He'll take the lead down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Josh Allen still there on the inside. Robert Gordon trying to move with Davies on the outside of the racetrack. Here comes Kenny off turn 4 to lead lap number 1. Kenny Davies has the lead in car number 9. Allen runs in the 2nd spot in the 10. Look at Lance Raptoy wanting to rumble and move in that number 11 down to the inside of Josh Allen, trying to get to the 2nd spot. And here comes Raptoy moving through to the inside, trying to race to 2nd. Allen is there on the outside right now, running in the 2nd position. Gets a good run off the top of the racetrack down the front stretch, and he still had 2nd at the stripe. Lance Raptoy, though, gets a good run in 1. 2, drifts up the track a little bit. Down the backstretch, he has that 2nd position. Look at Joe Warren go to the inside of the 13. Warren backed out of it, made contact with the 11, now gets a piece of the 10 of Josh Allen. Allen tries to keep it rolling, and it looks like we may stay under green. I don't see any debris sitting up there on the racetrack. That was a case where Joe Warren tried to make a very aggressive move going into turn number 3, backed out of it, but by the time he backed out of it, might have made some contact with the 11 of Raptoy, and also had to get the car back underneath himself, and by the time he did, he had made contact with the 10 of Josh Allen. So out front, it is Kenny Davies in the 9. Lance Raptoy runs in the 2nd spot. Joe Warren runs 3rd in the 13. 4th is Dave Raptoy in the 21. 5th position on the outside, Robert Gordon in the H2O. Then it's a good gap back to Metalman in the 2. Mark Karen in the 5. And then the 10 for Josh Allen. Kenny Davies has a 3-car length lead over the 11 of Lance Raptoy. And it's another 3 car lengths back to the 13 of Joe Warren. What was 3 car lengths is about a car length and a half for 2, as Davies is able to gain a little separation down the backstretch into turn number 3. The 11 handles very well in turns 1 and 2. That's where he seems to make up ground on the car that he's trying to chase down, but then pulling down the backstretch, the number 9 was able to pick up some ground. Again, Raptoy closes off the 2nd turn, but Davies is able to pull away down the backstretch back into turn number 3. Raptoy, inch by inch, trying to come through on the inside, trying to get that top spot away. Good side-by-side racing down to the stripe with a white flag. 1 lap to go. Davies had the lead at the stripe by about 2 feet. They're even into turn number 2. Raptoy sticks the nose out in front off 2. Here comes Davies back with the advantage on the outside. Kenny Davies has the lead back into 3. Here comes Raptoy back on the inside. Dead even into the 3rd turn. They race off turn number 4 down to the checkered flag. Drag race for the win. Down to the stripe. It is too close to call. It looked really tight at the stripe between the 11 and the 9, and we'll wait for the official word from scoring. And the word from scoring is that Kenny Davies in the number 9 gets the win, as they were almost dead even coming down to the start-finish line. Kenny
Number 1 are lined up, ready to go. Varno on the inside and Riel on the outside. They will pace the field down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Riel gets a good jump on the outside. He will lead the pack into turn 2. Jenkins moving up in the 33 car. He'll take the 2nd spot. And here comes Speedy on the outside. The 0-3 moves right alongside the Varno 11. Brissett now takes third. Varno's back to fourth. Justin Donor's number 1 moving up on the outside. He will take that fourth spot away. Santillo making a 3-wide move on the outside in turn 1. Santillo picks up 3 spots. He will move up to the 5th spot. Collins sneaks by on the inside. He'll take 6th. Chris LeVere will move to 7th. Jim Varno back to 8th. Shotgun runs 9th. Followed by Dustin Chris and Chris Clark. Billy Jenkins looking to the inside. Jenkins takes the lead away from Eric Riel in the 2. Justin Donor's 1 is moved into the 3rd spot. Speedy right there on his back bumper. Then it's a good battle for the number 5 spot between the 88 of Santillo and the 02 of Collins. Jenkins holds that 2, now 3 car length advantage over the deuce of Eric Riel. It's 5 lengths back to the 1 of Justin Donor. Speedy Brissett's 3, and then a 3-car battle for the number 5 spot. 2 to go this time by. Remember, your top 8 will get their handicap spots. White flag coming out this time by for Billy Jenkins. He is maintaining that advantage. Eric Riel and Justin Donor battle for the number 2 spot. Riel's got a car length and a half, and it's a good gap back to the battle for the number 4 spot between Collins in the 02 and LeVere in the 4. Checkered flag is in the air and coming off turn 4. Now down the front stretch, your winner, Billy Jenkins in the 33. At the line, Eric Riel holds off Justin Donor for the number 2 spot. Jimmy Collins will get the 4th spot. And Chris LeVere rounds out your top 5 in car number 4.
Outside truck number 50 for Jesse Labe. He is from Victoriaville. As we move back a row, we'll get some of the other drivers through the field when we get a chance. Here they come off turn number 4. John Paul Gavina with a green flag in hand, and we are under green. 50 laps the distance for the trucks tonight. From the outside of row number 1, Danny Gagnon trying to take the lead down the backstretch. Gets a good run as he takes advantage of the progressive banking down the backstretch into turn number 3. He's got the nose out in front. Trying to come through on the inside and hold on to that lead is Alex Labe as they drag race down to the stripe. On the outside of row number 1, lead for lap number 1, Danny Gagnon in the 23. Gagnon has the lead off turn number 2. Labe is not going away down on the inside. Running in the 3rd spot with a good view of the battle in front is Jimmy Cormier in truck number 95. Andy Lindemann runs in the 4th spot in truck number 3. Now out front it is clearly Gagnon in the 23. He is opening it up to a car length and a half and bringing with him along the outside Slim Jim Cormier in the 95. Here comes Cormier on the outside of Labe. He'll go to 2nd. Lindemann trying to get to the 3rd spot. Labe a little off the pace right now in the 36. Here comes Lindemann moving to the outside. He'll drive it up by the wall, but Labe takes that line away, and he'll hang on to 3rd. Lindemann runs in the 4th spot. 5th is Neto in the 43. Running in the 6th position is Dussault in the 27. Rumbling on the outside in the 59, it is Mathieu trying to take that spot away from Dussault, who is in the 27. They run side by side for the 6th spot. Down on the inside, hanging on to 6th, is Dussault in the 27. As the 59 truck for Mathieu started to go away a little bit on the outside, he got loose and lost a couple of car lengths to Dussault in the 27. Now the 38 truck looking to move on the inside. That's Michael Lavoie. He's trying to take a spot away. Lavoie trying to come through off turn number 4. He'll get a spot as backsliding through the field right now is Mathieu in truck number 59. Off the pace is Labe in the 36. There goes Alex Labe, the point leader from the Super Truck Series in the province of Quebec. He started on the point. He heads to the pits on lap number 6. Out front, Danny Gagnon cruising. He's got a 5 truck length advantage over the 95 of Slim Jim Cormier. Then it's a good gap back to Andy Lindemann in the 3 truck. Lindemann about a half backstretch behind the top 2 trucks. Looking to challenge Lindemann for the 3rd spot is truck number 43 trying to charge up towards the top 3. That is Alain Nadeau. Nadeau, Smiley as they call him in the Super Truck Series, trying to get that 3rd position away from Lindemann. Lindemann running a middle line around the racetrack, now taking advantage of the banking on top of turn number 2, trying to hang on to 3rd, but I think it's only a matter of time before the 43 of Nadeau eventually takes that spot away. John St. Germain in the 41 having problems. He's driving Michael Carrick's 41 truck. He's already gone down a lap to the race leaders. Side-by-side battle for third continues. It is the 43 truck of Nadeau and the 3 of Lindemann. Nadeau has third going into turn 3. Lindemann goes back to fourth. Look at the 27 to trying to move through on the inside. That is Michel Dussault in the 27. And Dussault moving up into the top 5, trying to take that 4th spot away as we're running side-by-side for the lead. Here comes Jimmy Cormier in the 95 truck, diving down to the inside. Into turn number 4, we've got a new leader. Down the front stretch, it's Jimmy Cormier who takes the lead on lap number 10. Cormier, the new leader. Gagnon, the 23, running in the 2nd spot. Then a big gap back to the 43 of Alain Nadeau. Nadeau runs 3rd. 4th now, Michel Dussault in the 27. Running in the 5th spot, it is truck 38 from Michael Lavoie. Lavoie runs in the 5th spot. 6th is the 72 for Steve Levine. Running 7th is Lindemann in the 3. Then 8th is the 59 truck for Yannick Mathieu. Rounding out the top 10 right now, a side-by-side battle between trucks 50, Jesse LeBay, and truck number 1, Francois Adam. Out front, pulling away, it is truck 95 for Jimmy Cormier. He has won twice this season in the Super Truck Series in Quebec, and he is looking to pick up his 3rd point-counting victory of the year. He has got about a 6th truck advantage over the 23 of Danny Gagnon. The Green Giant trying to keep him within viewing distance. It is about a 6 car length disadvantage now, but it seems to be growing lap by lap. Cormier turning pretty quick times with the 95 truck, running up on some trucks that are racing towards the back of the field. Slowing along the front stretch is the 95 of Philippe Genot. Genot is headed back to the garage area with his 94 truck. I'm not sure if he made contact with the wall coming off of turn number 4, but he is slowly going on the exit ramp back towards the garage. The battle is on just outside the top 2. In the 3rd position, it is the 43 for Alain Nadeau. He is being challenged right now by Michel Dussault in truck number 27. Dussault falling back a little bit. Now he has his hands full as they are running door-to-door. Dussault in the 27, Lavoie in the 38. Right behind them with a good battle, with a good view of the battle that is going on for 4th, is the 72 truck of Steve Levine. The leader, a 95 truck of Cormier, will put a lap, another one on St. Germain in the 41 and Derek Chris in the 12. In that 2nd spot, it is still the Green Giant, Danny Gagnon. Gagnon trying to close a little bit, but Cormier right now is on cruise control out front. He's got a comfortable lead with Gagnon falling off in his rearview mirror. Running in the 3rd position, it is still the 43 truck for Nadeau. 4th is now the 38 of Michael Lavoie, and in the 5th position on the outside it is truck 72 for Steve Levine. Levine up to 5th, falling back to 6th is the 27 of Michel Dussault. In the 7th spot it is the 59 for Yannick Mathieu. Running in the 8th spot it is truck 50 for Jesse LeBay. 9th is Andy Lindemann in the 3, and rounding out the top 10 is Francois Adam in the 1. In the 11th spot would be truck 20 for Guy Hainaut. In the 12th position, it is truck 52 for Michel Robert. And 13th would be the 55 for Brandon Warren. 14th, and actually, no, that is the 89 who is running in the 14th position, Fernand McLean from Bedford, Quebec. Those 14 trucks are on the lead lap. 6 trucks have already gone down at least 1 lap to leader Jimmy Cormier. And they are running side by side right in front of the leader, trying to stay on the lead lap. It's been a pretty good pace so far, caution-free as we approach the middle stages of this race. Lap 21 just going up on the scoreboard. Cormier moves to the inside of Warren, now trying to take, put McLean rather a lap down in truck 89. He will do that. Gagnon has closed a little bit. The deficit was about 6 truck lengths. Now it's down to about 3 as Gagnon can certainly see him along the front stretch. So we'll see if Cormier's truck is going away a little bit or perhaps Gagnon is rallying with truck number 23. The next truck in line for Cormier to go a lap down will be the 52 truck of Michel Robert. Robert in the 52 trying to stay on the lead lap, but Cormier setting a much faster pace. He's about to put him a lap down, and that'll put 12 trucks on the lead lap, I believe. Cormier is the leader. Gagnon in the 23, 2 truck lengths behind the 95. Running in the 3rd spot, it is all the way back to the 43 of Alain Nadeau. in the third position. Then fourth is the 38 for Michael Lavoie. Running in the fifth spot is the 27 for Michel Dussault. Hanging on in the top 5 is Dussault. Sixth right now is the 72 for Levine. And running in the 8th spot, it is the 59 on the outside of Mathieu. Make that the 50, taking Jesse LeBay, taking the spot away from Mathieu. We are halfway through the feature event. And now we'll have Martin Davio with a couple of laps en français for the French fans that are here tonight.
Bonjour le Québec, êtes-vous en forme dans les estrades? Je vais vous caler un peu ce qui se passe sur la piste. On a le numéro 95, M. Slim Jim Cormier qui est en avant, qui défait la compétition. Ça n'a vraiment pas d'allure. On a aussi le 23 du géant vert Danny Gagnon qui les suit de très près ici. On a aussi Smiley Nader qui est en troisième position avec le 38 de M. Michael Lavoie. Et en cinquième position, nous avons le 27 de Michel Dussault. On a 27 tours de compléter ici au Speedway, au Airborne Speedway. Je suis étourdi de voir mon ami Rob ici dans le booth here. Il est tellement vite. Rob, you're so fast. I don't know how you do it. Do you breathe during the race? Do you breathe it all the time? It's amazing.
It's not quite like calling horses, but you got to think fast and on your feet, don't you?
You're probably the best I've seen so far this year.
Well, thanks.
J'espère que les Québécois qui sont ici présents, qui regardent la course, que vous aimez ça beaucoup. On est très fiers, nous aussi, de la série Super Truck Mira d'être ici présents avec vous autres ici aujourd'hui. Je pensais pas qu'il y avait autant de Québécois. J'ai resté surpris tantôt de vous voir, vous acclamer quand je vous parlais en français. C'est pour ça que mon ami Rob à côté de moi m'a donné une petite chance de vous parler un peu. J'espère que vous appréciez la course Super Truck Mira. Le seul gars compétitif dans la série All-Star présentement, c'est le numéro 3 de Andy Lindemann de New York. C'est un policier à la retraite. Malheureusement, il faut que vous compreniez que nous autres, on roule sur des slicks et eux autres, ils produisent avec le guitare Hoosier Railway. En passant, for everybody in English here, you got to understand that all the guys from All-Stars are driving traded tire and running slicks. So it was the last minute, I guess their series are running these and we installed these slick tires for our series this season. So next race is going to be, we'll have another battle of the border here September 6th at Sanair. And all the guys from the States, the All-Star Series will be mountain slicks. En passant, pour ceux qui trouvent que c'est pas vraiment égal de voir, oh, on a un spin ici avec la voiture 89. Go ahead, Rob, take it over.
Fernand McLean, the first caution flag of the feature event. Fernand McLean from Bedford, Quebec, spins over in turn number 2. He can see them. They're right in front of him as he restarts in the third spot. Slow pace off turn number 4. Here they come down the front stretch on the hammer. It's the green flag. 31 laps complete, 19 laps remain, and it's a great restart for Cormier down on the inside of the 95. Gagnon got a little loose off turn number 2 in the 23 truck, but he's running at speed down the backstretch into turn number 3. Trying to get there is Nadeau in the 43 truck. Nadeau trying to take that second spot away, from Gagnon in the 23. Out front it is the 95 with Slim Jim Cormier looking for his third win of the season. The second spot, Gagnon clearly holding on to the second position. Now the battle is on for third. As working on the outside is Michael Lavoie in truck 38, and he will take the third spot away from truck 43 and Alain Nadeau. Nadeau running in the fourth spot, side by side. They race for fifth. Truck 27, Michel Dussault in the 72 of Steve Levine running side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3. Good battle for that fifth position. Levine on the outside, Dussault down on the inside. Dussault was sideways off the fourth turn. He'll lose that spot to Levine from the outside.
That 27 truck used to be a modified driver in Bird, so he's quite crazy on the outside groove. He's always running high. In St. Croix, Riverside Speedway there, he lost it in the second race, battling for it with the 23 trucks. Went in the cahoon too high and hit the wall and destroyed his front end. But which is aggressive driving style here.
So he's used to getting a little sideways, and that's exactly how he was off the fourth turn, and it cost him a spot. Well, the truck right now that seems to be on the move is Michael Lavoie from Chicoutimi in truck 38. He is working on the back bumper of Danny Gagnon and now dives down to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Lavoie in the 38 trying to take second away. He will. Down the backstretch. Look out, got a slower truck that's Chris coming out of the garage area. They part him left and right like Moses parting the Red Sea, and here they come off turn number 4. It is Lavoie to second in the 38. Gagnon in the 23 trying to hang on to third now. He is backsliding, drifting up the track and getting a piece of Gagnon. Was Nadeau in the 43, but Nadeau will go to third. Gagnon back to fourth. Out front is Jimmy Cormier in the 95. Now let's see if the 38 of Lavoie can chase him down. Cormier, while they battled behind him for second, Cormier started to check out again. He's got a lead of about 6 truck lengths over the 38 of Lavoie. Then it's 5 truck lengths back to the 43 of Nadeau, and Nadeau a truck length back to the 23 of Gagnon. Rounding out the top 5 is the 72 of Levine.
11 laps to go for the 38 to try to catch the Slim Jim on the 95. Can he do it? Can he not? Is the 95 truck save enough tire to stay in front? That's what we'll see, I guess, Rob.
The one thing about Cormier is he has run a pretty consistent line. It's not like he's been all over the racetrack. He's been very smooth working around this place. And Cormier's got about a 3-car length advantage over the 38, but the 38 of Lavoie is closing.
He's really strong in corner 1, it looks like. And when he gets in, that's where he picked up all his speed to get the 95.
Yeah, I think he is hooked in the corners, and that's where he does close. But along the front and back stretch, that's where Cormier is able to pull away. The lead, which was 6 car lengths, truck lengths rather, is down to a 1, and now Lavoie looking down to the inside. Lavoie in the 38 truck was just off the back bumper. We got a truck in the wall up in turn number 1.
Number 20.
That is Guy Hainaut in the 20 truck. He gets a piece of the wall along the front stretch and then slammed it again up in turn number 1, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. And we're always glad to have them. As I was saying earlier with Rick, Quebec drivers have had a big part of the history here at this racetrack. All right, we're ready to go again. It's a 9-lap shootout for the cash. Green flag is out. Jimmy Cormier from the point, leading him into turns 1 and 2. It is Michael Lavoie on the outside in the 38 who had that solid run going down the stretch, who is trying to chase Cormier down. Working now on the outside. Let's see if Lavoie can get the outside to hook up for him. Cormier on the inside, Lavoie on the outside, down the front stretch. Cormier pulls away. Lavoie really seemed to make up ground when he was working down on the inside. That's where he is right now, and he's trying to get back to the back bumper of Jimmy Cormier. While they battle it out for first is again, Lavoie closes in on the back bumper of Cormier in the 95. There's a good battle going on right behind them for third. Gagnon in the 23 works on the rim on the outside. The 43 of Nadeau works down on the inside. Here comes the 38 of Lavoie. Might have got a piece of the left back bumper off of turn number 2. Cormier hangs on the lead. Now Lavoie drives it hard down into 3. They touch into turn number 4. Here comes Lavoie trying to come through on the inside. Drag race for the lead down the front stretch. Again, they touch it along the front stretch into turn number 1. It is Lavoie down on the inside. Cormier on the outside. Lavoie takes the lead on lap number 44. Down to make that lap 45. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Michael Lavoie from Chicoutimi has the lead as he will lead them down the front stretch, and he starts to pull away from Jimmy Cormier. 45 laps showing complete for Lavoie, looking for his first win with a Super Truck Series in 2009. It's a 1 truck length advantage over Cormier. How about that battle for third that was still side by side until a bobble by Nadeau right up there in turn number 4. And now the 23 of Gagnon will go to that third position from the outside. Nadeau fourth, running in the number 43 truck. Fifth, it's the 27, Michel Dussault down the backstretch. He has his hands full as he's getting challenged for the 5th spot. Out front, Michael Lavoie trying to hang on to that lead. The lead is down to about a half truck length. Jimmy Cormier trying to close back in on the back bumper with now 47 laps showing complete. They race off turn number 2. Lavoie still maintaining that lead. Now about a truck length into turns 3 and 4. Cormier trying to size him up. Does he have one final move to make? Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Michael Lavoie in the 38. Cormier is right on the back bumper. Looking to the inside off turn number 2. Now Lavoie drives away down the backstretch. The lead is half a car length. Again, Cormier closes into the turns. White flag is out this time. Here they come off the 4th turn down to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Michael Lavoie, looking for his first win of the season in the Super Trucks. Down the backstretch, it's a 1 car length advantage over Jimmy Cormier. Can Cormier get again to the back bumper? I don't think so. Lavoie's got him covered. Here he comes off turn number 4. Checkered flags are out for Michael Lavoie. Second to Cormier, third to Gagnon, 4th goes to the 42 make that the 43 of Nadeau, and 5th will go to the 72, I believe.
Yeah, Levine.
Of Levine, or the 50. The 50 of Labbe might have been in there, but how about that move by Michael Lavoie with about 6 laps to go off of turns 3 and 4. He was able to take the lead and then win by about a car length, pulling away down the stretch from Jimmy Cormier, who led the bulk of this race.
What a great driver.
A good run for Michael Lavoie.
First time out, first win. Really patient driver, as you could see. took his time, took care of his tires for the last 25 laps, and look where he's at.
All right, how about a nice round of applause for the Super Trucks in the Series of Quebec, as well as the All-Star Race Trucks, as Michael Lavoie gets the win as he pulls into victory lane down along the front stretch.
Michael Lavoie just won his first time out, first win, really patient. We saw you drive there. Tell me a little bit about the race.
Yeah, the race was pretty strong. The driver here is pretty good. It surprised me. I race ACT usually, and it's my first race in truck. It's not the last race. I love this series, and I like the track too.
Amateurs de course québécois, j'aimerais vous entendre dire un bon bonjour, un gros merci pour Michael. Michael, tu vas nous dire en français ta course, comment elle s'est passée?
La course a quand même bien été. Les drivers sont assez tough. Pareil, je pensais pas arriver ici et avoir autant de misère que ça. Écoute, c'est la première course dans cette série-là pour moi. D'habitude, on course sur circuit ACT. Et c'est sûrement pas la dernière course non plus parce qu'on a vraiment aimé l'expérience. C'est une super belle série puis c'est une super belle track aussi. Je remercie tout le monde de Airborne Speedway puis tout le monde de la série Super Truck.
Let's see how Max MVN plays his cards tonight. Ready to bring him down, back to the stripe. Here they come, off turn 4, green flag. Vian drifts up off turn number 2. Here comes Mike Finney with a good run on top of the racetrack. Finney pulls back almost even into turn number 3. Vian down on the outside, Finney working right up against the rim. Off turn number 4, Max MVN still has the lead. Trying to really use up as much of that front stretch as he could down into turn number 1. Whoa, look at Mike Riel jump around in that 0-2. Martinois is on the move. Martinois goes to 4th. Here comes Patrick Dupree trying to get to the inside of George Foley. Jason Durgan also moving on the outside. They box it up a little bit off turn number 4. Martinois now going to move to the outside of the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Patrick Dupree wants to go as well. Dupree following to the inside of Mike Wells, now looking outside Mike Riel down the backstretch. Martinois has gone to 3rd. Out fronted is Max MVN still showing the way, but there's a whole bunch of hunters that are trying to chase him down now. The 38 of Mike Finney hangs on to 2nd, but I'm not sure he's going to be there much longer. There goes Martinois on the 90. Wow, working the rim on the outside, turn number 3, trying to take that 2nd spot away. Max MVN coming down the front stretch, halfway to go, and Martinois is right behind him. Mike Finney continues to run in the 2nd spot. Pistol Patrick Dupree running 4. George Foley is now 5th. Mike Riel back to 6th. Jessica Zemkin runs in the 7th position. 8th is Mike Wells. Make it now Aaron Bartamy on the outside, moving to 8th. Mike Wells back to 9th. And 10th is Jason Durgan in the 17. Max MVN's lead is down to about 4 car lengths. Martinois is trying to get to him just past the halfway point of this one. Patrick Dupree sizing up Mike Finney, looking around the outside of the 38 car. Finney trying to get a spot. Look out, we got contact in turn 4. Mike Riel hangs onto it. Aaron Bartamy in B3 had to hang onto it. And we got a car up in the wall up in turn number 4. That's going to bring out the yellow flag. Machine up in the wall, and who is it? It looks like, it's Andy Haywood in the 80. All right, ready to go again. 13 laps remain, 17 laps complete. Max MVN on the hammer off turn number 4 down the front stretch, green flag. Martinois gets a great break to the outside. He's going to take the lead into turn number 2. Martinois looked outside coming to take the green flag, and he took the lead away into turns 1 and 2. George Foley trying to get a spot from Patrick Dupree, not going to happen. Mike Riel is off the pace. He's atop turn number 3. We do complete a lap. Riel trying to keep it rolling, not going to happen. Yellow flag is going to come out. Yellow flag is out. Mike Riel, as we are ready to go again. 18 complete now, 12 laps remain. Slow pace into 4. Now on the hammer is Martinois. Green flag. Patrick Dupree looks to the outside of Mike Finney, trying to get to that 3rd spot. Off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Dupree in the 24 on the outside of Mike Finney in the 38. They run wheel to wheel 4 position. Dupree takes it right up to the wall. Down the front stretch, he has 3rd. 16.46 was the lap time there for Martinois in the number 90. 2nd, Vien in the 25, but for how long? Trying to come after him is Patrick Dupree in the 24. Running in the 4th position. Finney now in the 38. Here comes Foley after him. Jessica Zemkin is right there as well, trying to get in the top 5. Good battle for that top 5 positioning. Here comes Zemkin on the inside. Foley on the outside as they split Finney left and right. Zemkin to the inside to 5th. Foley goes all the way to 4th. Now Zemkin coming after that spot. Zemkin looks down to the inside of George Foley. Running strong tonight in the Outback Steakhouse 24Z. Zemkin goes to 4th. 3rd is still Patrick Dupree. Max MBN hanging on to that 2nd spot. Zemkin goes to 3rd. Dupree might be off the pace. Yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. Martin Roy was pulling away from the field. It might be out for Bertiome in the 1. I think Bertiome might have slowed up there in the turn. And it looked like the checkered flag. Here comes the field off 4. Green flag. Dupree peeking outside. Now back down to the inside. Max MBN sideways off the 2nd turn. Dupree got a little loose himself off turn 2. Here comes George Foley after him. Foley, Dupree, wheel to wheel for the 3rd spot. Right up to the wall, Patrick Dupree along the front stretch, trying to get around Max MBN. Martin Roy checking out. The battle is for 2nd, and now Dupree gets a good run. Takes it to top turn number 2. Down the backstretch, he's around Max MBN for the 2nd position. George Foley looking to the inside of Max MBN, trying to take 3rd away from him. Martin Roy has a half front stretch lead over Patrick Dupree. Can Patrick Dupree chase him down? That last lap was the fastest lap of the race for Dupree in the number 24, but that lap was not as fast as the lap turned by Martin Roy to 16.41. Let's see, fastest lap of the race just turned by Martin Roy, 16.252. 16.252, fastest lap of the race. Barnaby's in trouble. Aaron Barnaby off the racetrack at top turn number 1, as that's going to bring out another yellow flag. In the 43, 8th is Mike Finney, 9th is Jason Durgan. And Leon Gagnon rounds out the top 10. Here they come, ready to go again. 24 showing complete, 6 to go, green flag. Martin Roy going to try to pull away from Patrick Dupree. It is a 3-car length advantage down the backstretch into the 3rd turn. We'll check the lap time. Oh, we got a gaggle of cars over in turn number 2. Greg Atkins is off the top of the track. Don Scarborough got through the bunker. Matt Woodruff avoids everything. And when all is said and done, Gardner Stone is parked at the exit of turn number 2 with a G-Kart with 24 laps complete. 6 laps remain. Will Martin Roy win for the 4th time, or will Patrick Dupree win for the 4th time? Maybe they'll get together. George Foley would like to win for the 2nd time. Hey, Zemkin would love a first win here at Airborne. Here they come. Green flag. Richard Tesser trying to take 5th away from Max MBN. Zemkin burns it up a little bit going over into turn number 2. Now Tesser is going after Zemkin down the backstretch into turn number 3. Tesser to the inside, trying to take the 4th position away as they race off the 4th turn. They touch off the 4th turn along the front stretch. Everybody's all right as they race into turn number 1. Tesser still works down on the inside. Zemkin darts up the track into turn number 2. Here comes Tesser with a good bit of momentum down the backstretch into turn number 3. Richard Tesser will take the 4th spot away from Zemkin, who goes back to 5th. And now Keith Flack has her in his sights. Flack is into the 6th position. A lot of wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side racing just inside the top 10. Right now, Keith Flack is running in 6th. 7th is Max MBN. 8th is Mike Finney. 9th is Leon Gagnon. 10th is Brian Trim. Mike Wells trying to come on through the inside. Out front, it is Martin Roy. Martin Roy turning laps at about the same pace as Patrick Dupree. With the popsicle sticks having been displayed, here come the leaders off turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Martin Roy. That lap, Patrick Dupree turned the fastest lap of the race. Dupree 0.2 of a second faster at 16.232. It was a 16.4 for Martin Roy. Dupree is trying to charge and chase him down. Does he have time? White flag. That lap was a little bit slower for Patrick Dupree. Jessica Zemkin turned the fastest lap of the race, a 16.223. White flag is on the field. Dupree charging into turn 4, taking it right up to the wall, using up the right rear. Checkered flag is out. Martin Roy wins. Dupree 2nd, Foley 3rd, Zemkin 4th, 5th to Flack, 6th to Tesser, 7th to Via, 8th to Finney, 9th to Gagnon, 10th to Brian Trim, 11th to Mike Wells, 12th to Andy Haywood, 13th to Greg Atkins in the 1.
We'll see if he gets up on the roof and dances again. How about George Foley, 3rd tonight? Give a nice round of applause for George. And 2nd place for the pistol, Patrick Dupree in the 24. Not quite for the number 90 tonight. The Napierville, Quebec driver gets win number 4 of 2009. About to out of his car. If it'll start, it still wants to race down the front stretch. It's still rolling. Trying to climb out of his car, get up on the roof and do his victory dance. Martin Roy, everybody. Win number 4 for Martin Watt in the Gamache Truck Center number 90. He'll get up the roof and unbuckle, and then we'll get a word with him. And we'll try to make in a quick word with Pat as well as George, if we get a chance. That'll close the point lead for Patrick Dupree from 10 down to 6 points, as Martinois was able to gain 4 points on Dupree, who ends up in the second spot. Okay, Martinois is about set. He puts on his Northline Utilities hat, and we'll bring him on over here. And the first thing we want to ask him about, come on over, Martin, the restart that you were able to get the lead from Max MVM. Max M very slow coming off turn number 4. You anticipated the green flag, and that really was the key that allowed you to get to turn number 1 on the outside.
Yes, I passed 25 on the outside and go to lead.
And last week you had something similar, but the yellow flag came back out and you tried to do it all over again. This time you were able to complete a lap and it kept you in the lead.
Yes, the outside groove is good for me at this new track. Thank you everybody to come every week for the show. Thank you very much. Thank you my sponsor, Gamache Truck Center, Lemkins. Thank you.
Martin, look who's still behind you though. Right over there, number 24. You can't shake that guy. He's still right there.
Yes, it's very competitive to me and the 24, and he change every week. I win, I finish 2, you win and finish 2.
You go back and forth.
Yes.
All right, congratulations. Win number 4 for you. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, Martin Waugh gets his 4th win of the year.
All right, 1 lap down. We're ready to go back to green in what so far has been a caution-filled main event. Green is out. Rondo on the inside. The superstar. Right alongside as they head into turn number 2. Myers trying to pick up that momentum on the backstretch and get the lead back from the 5 of Jason Blondo. The 22 of Chad Collins, the 357 of Kurt Seymour. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, the Atkins 21A is having difficulty, and he's going to bring it to the infield. 21A off the pace, coming to a halt on pit road down in the turn 3 area. Up front, Myers outside, Blondo on the inside. 3 car lengths back to another good battle for the 3rd spot between the 22 of Collins and the 357 of Seymour. Look out, Joyle gets contact from the 13 of Lavarnway. Bill Joyle with a nice job of hanging on to that 13 car as he was headed to the infield. Up front, they've reversed roles. Look at the inside. It's Cody Myers. Myers on the inside, outside Blondo in the 5. They've exchanged spots on the track. They've exchanged the lead. Now Blondo trying to come right back on the outside. Blondo with a half a car length advantage. Myers coming right back on the inside. And the 3rd and 4th place cars have closed into the top 2. Black flag out on the 15 car of Lawrence. He's headed back to the garage area. Top 4 cars have pulled away from the 5th place car of Mike Whalen. Josh Durvage is 6th, Wade Whitney 7th, Josh Lavarnway 8th, Josh Leclerc is 9th. 10th spot goes to Amazing April in the 23. Top 2 cars have been side by side for the last 5 laps. Superstar Myers in the 75, Jason Blondo in the 5, and then Collins in the 22, and Seymour's 357 have been together for the last few laps as well. They've got a good battle going on right behind the leaders. Halfway this time by, 7 down, 8 to go. Leaders will be coming up on the lap car of John Fountain. He gets to the bottom of the racetrack, gives them plenty of room as they go into turn 3. Myers on the bottom. Blondo running the high side. They have stayed right together. This one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire. Blondo picks up the momentum on the front stretch and has had the advantage at the start-finish line. Meyer picks it up in the corners. Again, Blondo by a nose at the stripe. 5 to go next time by. Cody Myers in the 75, Jason Blondo in the 5, Chad Collins in the 22, and Kurt Seymour in the 357. Those four have it to themselves to settle as Whalen is still well back in the 11 car. 5 to go. This time, Blondo again, just a nose advantage at the line. Myers comes right back on the inside. Collins looking to the bottom of the racetrack, thinking about a 3-wide move. Look out, Blondo's going to get snookered by the 47. Myers is your new leader. Collins right there in second. Look at the momentum that Blondo picked up on the outside. He just went right by the 22 and 357 after losing a couple of spots trying to get by the 47. And he is right alongside the leader once again. They got another lap car they're going to have to work their way around as they come off turn 4. Fountain 77 drops to the bottom of the racetrack. This time at the stripe, Blondo with a nose in front. Myers hanging right with him on the inside. Collins just looking for a way by in that 22 car. The guy with the best view of those top three is Kurt Seymour's 357. A good run for the Magnum. Two to go for Cody Myers in the 75 and Jason Blondo in the 5. They've got more lap traffic to negotiate as they work their way around the 36 of Kevin Martineau. He's running on the bottom of the racetrack. Myers drifts a little bit high coming off turn 2. That forced Blondo up toward the wall. White flag is out. Sideways they get together.
Collins.
Blondo's in the bunker. Myers leads it. Seymour. Collins side by side for second. Off turn 4, Cody Myers, the superstar, gets the win. Chad Collins second. The 357 of Kurt Seymour finishes second. Josh Durvaz gets the fourth spot, and the 11 of Mike Whalen comes home in the 5th spot. So
Come on over here. All right, Cody, right? Don't worry about the hair. Anyways, tell me about the save over here after you took the white flag going into turn 1.
I don't know how I saved that, to be honest.
Let me tell you what I saw. You got a little bump coming right here along the front stretch, and that put you sideways up into the 5.
Yeah, I just turned the wheel and hit the gas. That was the best.
And the gas seemed to straighten you out going over into turn number 2, and it stayed with you going down the backstretch.
Yeah, I was hoping I didn't have any flat tires, though, going into 3, but...
Well, they stayed underneath you, and you get another win. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Cody Myers gets another win in the Bomber class.
Ready to go again. Here they come. Off turn number 4. Green flag. Keith Pelkey as well. Another victim of that melee up in turns 1 and 2 with the Bourgeois IGA 24. But it certainly is an opportunity for Nick Haywood in the 29 on the outside of row number 1 for this restart. Haywood trying to take the lead into turns 3 and 4. He's got the nose out in front. Sawyer works with him down on the inside in car number 28. They run side by side, not touching off turn number 4. Down the front stretch, Nick Haywood had the lead. Haywood had the lead into turn number 1. Second spot, Sawyer in the 28. Lonnie Rivers runs right behind in car number 7. The points lead, remember, is 4. Right now, if they finish as they run, Nick Haywood would be the points leader again. Haywood has the lead. Off turn number 4, it's a 2-car length advantage over Jason Sawyer. Lonnie Rivers in the 3rd spot. Little bobble going into 1 and 2, but Josh Terry couldn't get there. Lance Raptoy runs 5th. 6th is Keith O'Neill in the 0. Kevin Booten is moving on the outside. He runs in the 7th spot in car number 25. 32 of Cody Kilburn running in the 8th position. Halfway for the Renegades. Well, clearly Nick Haywood and their team, they went to work and they tried to find a better setup for that car because he is running strong. Almost got off into the bunker with the right side tires down the backstretch, but he was able to hang on to it, leading by 2 car lengths over Lonnie Rivers. Lonnie Rivers in the number 7 had the point lead coming into tonight. If they were to finish this way, then it would be a tie in the point standings. But Rivers wants to get his 2nd win of the season. Both these drivers running 1-2 in the points have just 1 win this season. There are 3 drivers in the division that have won twice. Now last week in the longer green flag lap runs, that's when Nick Haywood's number 29 started to go away. Let's see if Lonnie Rivers can make something happen. Haywood drifts up the track off 2. Rivers sees an opening down the backstretch, gunning for turn number 3. Haywood closes the door. Rivers right now running in that second spot. Nick Haywood takes it up right against the wall, down the front stretch. Lonnie Rivers trying to get there on the inside. Couldn't quite do it. It was Nick Haywood by half a car length. Here's where Nick's been slipping up, though. Lonnie Rivers gets a good run. He takes the lead off turn number 2. Down the backstretch, he's got the nose in front. Going into turn number 3, Lonnie Rivers takes the lead away. Nick Haywood trying to move back down to the inside, take that lead back away from Lonnie Rivers. Can't do it. Lonnie Rivers is the race leader in the 7th. Lonnie Rivers leads. Nick Haywood runs second. Nick Haywood gets a little bump off turn number 2. Rivers just drives away. It's a car length and a half, almost 2 going into turn number 3. Jason Sawyer in the 28 runs 3rd. Lance Raptoy is 4th. Josh Terry is 5th. Kevin Booten trying to get the 6th spot away on the outside. A little point of the black flag from Chief Starter Weasel Bruno towards Nick Haywood. Lonnie Rivers looking for his 2nd win of the season. If they were to finish this way, the point lead would be 8 going into next week. Rivers would have an 8-point lead over Haywood. It was 4 coming into tonight. 50 points for a win, 46 points for a 2nd place finish. So he would add 4 more points to his lead, and he would add a bunch of points right now on his lead over Kevin Booten, who was just 7 out coming into this race. Booten right now is in the 6th position. He's got Josh Terry right in front of him in the 43, and he's got Keith O'Neill down the inside. He's been boxed for much of this race, trying to find running room with his number 25 machine. But he hasn't found any room on the outside. He's been following Terry, and he's had Keith O'Neill pinned down to the inside with that 0. Now he's going to try to thread the needle. Dives down to the inside of the 43 of Josh Terry. Trying to get to the top 5 is Kevin Booten. 5 laps to go for Lonnie Rivers, who is checking out. Lonnie Rivers has opened it up to about 3 car lengths off turn number 2. Make it 5 down the backstretch with Nick Haywood running comfortably in 2nd. Good fight for 3rd. Lance Raptoy in the 11. Jason Sawyer in the 28. They run for that 3rd spot. It is going to be Lance Raptoy moving up to 3rd. Sawyer back to 4th. Kevin Booten is into the top 5. Trying to take a spot away from Jason Sawyer. A late rally here as the black flag is out for Keith Pelkey in the 24. A late rally for Booten in the 25. Trying to get to that 4th position. Trying to wrestle it away from Jason Sawyer in the 28 as they run side by side off of turn number 4. Lonnie Rivers' lead continues to grow lap by lap. Nick Haywood in the 29 really can't seem to reel him in. And then it's a good gap back to the 11 of Lance Raptoy, who is under pressure right now of Kevin Booten. Booten is trying to get into the top 3. Popsicle sticks are out. There's 2 to go for Lonnie Rivers, who is well on his way to his 2nd win of 2009. Booten trying to squeeze through to the inside of Lance Raptoy. That's the best battle on the racetrack. The battle is for 3rd. Trying to get to that show spot is Kevin Booten. Trying to hang on to it is Lance Raptoy. White flag is out for the leader, Lonnie Rivers. 1 to go. Lonnie Rivers looking for his 2nd win of the season. The points leader looking to increase the point lead to 8. Into turns 3 and 4. I'm not sure that lap traffic is going to play any factor whatsoever. Here comes your winner off turn number 4. It's going to be Katyville's Lonnie Rivers for the win. Nick Haywood is 2nd. Kevin Booten gets 3rd. 4th to the 11 of Raptoy. 5th to Sawyer. 6th to Terry. 7th to O'Neill. In the number 0.
All right, Rick, that means Lonnie Rivers' point lead over Nick Haywood's going to go to 8. And his lead over Kevin Booten in the 25 will go to 11. Lonnie is out of his car. Give a nice round of applause, everybody. Lonnie Rivers gets his 2nd win of 2009. 2nd win of the season for Lonnie. The defending track champion has an 8-point lead as we head down the stretch run here in the 2009 racing season. Lonnie, tell me about the pass for the lead. It looked like Nick's car was pushing up the track a little bit. You ran a couple laps behind him. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, I followed Nick for a couple laps, and he does have a little push, so I took advantage, and when he slid up a little bit, I went to the bottom, and that's where I made my pass, and then after I got by him, I went back to the outside on the outside lane, and that's the fast lane.
It really has been a pretty consistent year for you, though. When you think about it, you avoided a major melee up there in 1 and 2. What happened?
Well, I come into turn 3. I just seen cars twisting and turning, and Keith Pelkey was spinning around. Luckily, I had a sandwich. I made it between him and the other car. I don't know what number it was.
That's what Gene said. Gene on the camera said, I don't know how Lonnie Rivers missed that. From your standpoint, was it just one of those things you saw a little hole and you just went for it?
I seen the little hole, and I stepped on it all she had, and I made it through. Thank you.
Now, there was fluid on the track in 1 and 2, and that's what let everybody spinning around up there?
I'm not sure.
Well, you managed to avoid all of that, and you get your second win of the year, and you're also atop the points, always close in this division. You've got to have your stuff together every week.
Oh, man, this division is the funnest division that there is, I think. The most competitive. There's numerous cars that could win on any given night. As you've seen, there's already been numerous winners this year.
All right, another nice job by you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to thank a few of my sponsors and my crew members. Thanks to Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike helps me a lot every week. Thanks to Leon, Jerry, Brittany, my wife Hannah for letting me race again this year. Thank you very much. And thanks to all my sponsors. There's a lot of names in the car.
All right, nice job, Lonnie Rivers. The second win of the...
At your field of Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Ready to go, Green Flag Racing. This time by. They pick it off turn 4. Green flag is out. Three wide action up the back stretch, and look out, here comes Gilligan. Martin's going to have the lead by the time they hit turn 3. Randy Martin leads the pack off turn 4. He is your leader. Bill Twaits in the 69 knows he can't let him get too far away or Martin will just drive away. Eli Bishaw in the 93 now in the 3rd spot. Malcolm Woodward running 4th. Matt Brusso's 26 is 5th. Outside Tom Santillo is 6th in the 88. Then Shotgun Seymour is 7th. Good battle for the 8th spot. Eric Riel in the 2. Rick Donor on the outside in the 95. That's right now the Billy Jenkins 33. Chris LeVere is 11th. 4 wide action up the backstretch. Jenkins looking to the bottom of the racetrack to get by the 2 of Eric Riel, and that means trouble for the Seymour 35. Seymour got together with the car running on the inside. They both kept it going. They're both headed back to the track.
Wow. That's a pretty good save by Jenkins and Seymour.
Martin in the 77 and Twaits in the 69 have said sayonara to Eli Bishaw.
They've said goodbye, too.
Rick Donor's on the move, looking at the inside of the Brusso 26. He was the points leader coming in. He wants to get into that number 3 spot if he can. He'll be able to at least have a share of the lead on Twaits going into next week. Randy Martin in the 77 got the lead on lap number 1, halfway through it. Right now, with Donor running in the 4th spot, they would be tied.
6 points.
Yeah. Now Donor has moved into 3rd, so if he finishes 3rd and Twaits finishes 2nd, it'll be a 2-point lead for Rick Donor going into next week as the races start to wind down in the battle for the track championship in all divisions. We'll see if the Donor 95 can run down these 2 leaders who have just driven away from what was a good battle for the 3rd spot. These 2 cars were racing for the lead 1 week ago. The 77 car ended up in the wall, and Twaits had some problems with a hub on that vehicle. He ended up with, I believe, 15th place finish. Right now, they look awfully strong up front. Martin leaving some room open on the inside. Twaits looking for a way by, but Martin says no, not this time. They've got a 3/4 backstretch advantage over Captain Thunder, who is pulled away from the Eli Bishaw 93. Chris LeVere right alongside Bishaw now as they come into turn 4. They will battle it out for the number 4 spot. LeVere takes 4th. Bishaw's back to 5th. Tom Santillo is 6th. Randy Martin in the 77 trying to lead the entire field, the entire 15 laps. 5 to go for Martin. Bill Thwaites right there in the 69, just waiting for Gilligan to make a mistake. Something that doesn't happen very often. Randy Martin doesn't usually make too many mistakes out there. If he can hold on to it for another 4 laps, he's going to get his first victory of the season in the mini modifieds. Martin with a car length and a half over the 69 of Thwaites as they race up the backstretch. Donor running comfortably in the 3rd spot. If they stay that way, he will maintain his points lead going into next week. If Thwaites can get by Martin and Donor finishes 3rd, Thwaites will be the leader by 2 points going into next week. And here comes Thwaites on the inside of Martin. Will he get picked by the 81 of Chris? They are side by side into turn number 3. They got to buy the 81. It's going to be 2 to go this time by. Martin on the outside, Thwaites on the inside. Martin by a nose at the line. Thwaites with the advantage in the corners. Martin picks it up on the backstretch. It's all that momentum from running that outside line. Randy Martin with a car length advantage. A big group of slower cars in front of them that may play a major factor into who wins this one. White flag is out. Martin and Thwaites to battle it out with 1 to go. Martin gets to the inside of the 08 of Bordeaux. Still maintains that advantage. Thwaites looking for a way by on the inside. Here they come off turn 4. Checkered flag is out. Outside Martin to win it all. Thwaites gets 2nd. 3rd spot goes to the 95 of Rick Donor. 4th will go to Chris LeVere, and Justin Donor will get the 5th spot.
We'll get a word with Randy Martin in just a second. Randy's out of his car. Come on over this way, Randy. Well, it's your first win in the mini modified division, and it's not a few weeks ago that you demolished your car, so it's got to be pretty gratifying with all the hours that you put in putting this machine back together. Right? Actually, a brand new car for you.
Yeah, definitely. I had so much help between Rob Clark, Cliff Clark, George. At least 100 people must have helped, and we have well over 100 hours in the new car, and it come out right out of the box. It was better than the one I had, so we got ahead in the whole melee.
How about your race with Billy? The race with Billy certainly was an exciting one. Oh, we're taking pictures there. But then they can't see us, Weasel, on the camera upstairs. All right. Careful, don't stand in that hot stuff there. Anyways, I forgot what the question was. Oh, the race with Billy. Tell me about that race. Very competitive.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely nerve-wracking after what happened last week, but accidents happen, so we raced clean and had a blast.
And then Rick Donor, of course, moving up from the pack as well to get to 3rd. But again, congratulations on this win. You're 1st in the division. And after all the work that you put into this car, I'm sure it must feel really good. Nice job.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Randy Martin gets his first win in the mini mod.
Ready at both ends and ready for the countdown. Here they go.
Oh, good hit by the number 60. Here comes Chico!
I thought Chico had somebody lined up, but not this time.
Number 57
Dennis,
had a good shot.
Dennis Joy's 007 pushing people around. Here comes the 60 with a hit on the 12 car.
Oh, nice hit by the 00.
Buck Brown in the 42 looking for somebody to pound. Here comes Joy looking for a hit in the 07. Oh, Wade Wildman gets pounded by Chico. That 4Q is getting it on both ends.
Yes, he is. Oh, number 42 just gave it to Chico in the door. Here comes the mud wreck.
The 42 and the 43 going after each other. Gene Gagne dodging mud and loving it. Look at the front end of that 42 car of Buck Brown.
Nice hit for the number 12 and the 69.
David Gowett in the 12 car right in front of us. Buck Brown and Chico Martineau getting it done heavy hitter-wise down on the far side. Look at the fluid pouring out of that 42. Look out, look out! Martineau just missed.
Oh, just missed him. Nice shot on a double zero.
Harold Garrett with a big hit. Oh, right in front of us. The 60 car. Nate McLean. Butch Lemire appears to be hooked up with the 4Q of Wildman over on the far side. They're continuing to pound away. There you see the smoke billowing out of the 25 car. He may be done. Buck Brown has worked his way loose in the 42. He's looking for somebody to hit.
Oh.
Lemire has gotten free in the 57. And Martineau with a good hit. He's trying to knock out that double zero. That 25 car just will not die for David Blake.
Neither will the 42.
Buck Brown is still going in the 42. Butch Lemire's 57.
Nice shot by the number 88.
Tim Baker's 88. The 69 for Sean McLean. The 18 for John Warren. The 25, David Blake. Down to our far right.
Oh.
Chico's 43 is still going, as is the Garrett double zero.
Flag. We got a flag. We got
red flag is out.
Red flag, right.
Butch Lemire hopping out of the 57. That car's getting a little hot over there. Butch is okay. They've got the fire out. We should be ready to resume this second heat. The 8 cylinders putting on a show.
The number 00 has been protecting that front end. I believe that is Garrett out of Wiggletown. Harold. Oh, we just got a mud shower, Rick.
How'd that taste, Danny?
Like the old dirt days.
Here comes Martineau, looking for a hit. He nails the 42 of Baker, or Buck Brown rather. Baker's 88 still going strong.
Nice shot by the number 88.
Harold Garrett got nailed by that 69. Sean McLean, he is putting a pounding on people. Martineau's rear wheels are just spinning. They are not going anywhere. One of the favorites is out of it. The 43 not moving. We've got the Harold Garrett 00 alive. The 88, Tim Baker. The 69, Sean McLean. And the 18 of John Warren. Those are the 4 cars that are still running. Garrett moving in with a hit on the McLean 69. They double team the 69 to try and finish him off.
The cars are getting hot as we can see the steam loses some power, Rick.
Peru's Tim Baker in the 88. The Punisher, he's still going. As is the Warren 18, the Garrett 00. The McLean 69 appears to be hung up. Warren trying to refire the 18 car. Garrett and Baker are still running strong.
Oh, I think Harold 00's car just died.
I think they got him on the clock.
Oh.
The 18 car, they're waiting to see if he can get it refired. If not, we're down to 2. It's the 00 and the 88. Tim Baker in the 88. And Harold Garrett Jr. in the 00. The 2 cars still running. John Warren trying to get it fired.
Yeah, he's pumping the gas, and look at the smoke bellow out of it. It's over.
Wrap up Motorsports Magazine for this evening from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. In the modified division, Martinois with a great restart gets by Maxim Viens toward the end of the race and holds off Patrick Dupree for the victory.
Yeah, but those two guys, Dupree winning and Roy finishing second. This week it's Martinois and Dupree finishing second. It really has boiled down to a 2-horse race for a track championship. And those two guys just stay hooked to one another. It'll be a 6-point lead for Patrick Dupree going into next week's racing action.
In the Renegade division, the defending track champion, Lonnie Rivers, avoids a big mess in turn 1 and gets the victory.
There's another division, real tight with a points battle. Lonnie, who was the points leader coming into the night, gains 4 on his closest competitors. He increases his lead to 8 over Nick Haywood, and he increases his lead to 11 over Kevin Booten. The top 3-point guy finished 1, 2, 3 in their 25-lap feature event.
In the main event for the Bombers, the superstar Cody Myers avoided the bad luck that has plagued him for the past few weeks to get another victory.
Boy, what a great save he made, Rick, going into 1 and 2. He got dumped, well, dumped is the wrong word. He got tapped coming down the front stretch, and he was sideways. Jason Blondo straightened him up, but unfortunately for Blondo, when Myers drifted up into him, that sent Blondo off the backstretch off turn 2 into the bunker. But Myers just made just a tremendous save to get the win. A great move by Myers to hang on to it going into 1 and 2.
And of course, close out the program, Randy Martin starts 6th, has the lead in the mini modifieds by the time they get to turn 3. He holds off Billy Twaits to get the win. Rick Donor finishes 3rd. And that sets up another great battle. You talked about Roy and Dupree going back and forth in the modifieds. It's been the same way in the mini modifieds for the last 7 or 8 races between Rick Donor and Bill Twaits.
Absolutely. You've got 2 drivers there that seem to be stuck to one another. And that point lead is within 10, actually 2 points now, right? It's a 2-point lead. So you think about it. I mean, in virtually every division that we talked about, with the exception of the Bombers that were here tonight, the points races are all single-digit point leads. And in the Bomber class, a little bit bigger lead for Duravage. I think his lead's going to be somewhere in the 30-plus point range. And the Sportsmen, of course, weren't here tonight. They were racing down in New Hampshire. Incidentally, Sean Duquette won in New Hampshire tonight, so good for him, and Airborne regular winning down there. But in that division, I think it's a 20-point lead that Robin Wood has over Buck O'Branham. And the number of events are starting to wind down on the season here, Rick. So it'll be fun to watch down the stretch. 1 bobble and 1 bad result in a given week, and that could pretty much ruin your chance at winning a track championship. So the teams are really going to try to make sure that they've got their stuff together going down the stretch.
We need to pick a Watson Glass driver of the week.
And that's going to be tough. What do you go first this time?
Well, you're putting me on the spot. I'm going to pick a guy that is working on his second boat of the season. He started 6th. He made a great move on the backstretch to grab the lead before they got to turn 3. I'm going to vote this week for Randy Martin, the winner in the mini modified division.
Well, let's see. Modifieds, no, the Renegades. That could be an interesting. He came from a little deeper in the pack. So I'm going to say Lonnie Rivers. How about Lonnie Rivers? That's my pick. Lonnie from Katyville in the number 7. He's my pick. He came from deeper in the pack.
We're going to have to go to Mr. Gagne to decide it. Will it be Lonnie Rivers? Will it be Randy Martin? Or will it be somebody else? Gene, your vote. Gilligan. Gene votes for Gilligan. They're celebrating on the Isle of Keysville as Randy Martin is this week's Watson Glass Driver of the Week. Thanks to Brian McBride from www.plattsburgh.com and Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable for getting the program on the air. Thanks to Gene Gagne from Outside Groove, as well as our other videographer tonight, Robbie Knowles. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Until next time, have a good week, everybody.